Zeekr just broke their sales record in the month of October. They sold more than 25,000 electric cars. Their EV sales this year are up 90% worldwide. They are one of the fastest growing EV brands anywhere in the world. And they just slashed the price of one of the most popular models by 25%. You can imagine what this is going to do for sales. 25% price reduction. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. You know, I'm about to take delivery of the Xpeng G6, but you know what? I wouldn't mind one of the Zeekr X vehicles, and I did consider ordering one. Maybe. We'll see. The Zeekr X, though, probably fits my needs a little more. So that's kind of why I'm umming and ahhing. But you know what? It's a phenomenal car. It's now on sale here in Australia, and I highly, highly recommend it. It's basically the Volvo EX30 stretched a little bigger, nicer design, more luxurious on the interior, and cheaper. And made in the same factory. So no-brainer, absolute no-brainer. But in China, they just reduced the price by exactly 25%. Car News China says the Zeekr X now starts at $21,000 US in the country. That's crazy. Apparently, you can get a purchase subsidy from the government that will reduce the price down to $18,950 US. Plus, you can also trade in your old internal combustion vehicle and the government will pay you for doing so. So that's one of the Chinese government incentives at the moment. I like that. I think that's a great idea. Get all the gas cars off the road as quickly as we possibly can. The new Zeekr X has a rear-wheel drive 49 kilowatt hour LFP battery. I don't know if that's their Geely short blade battery. If it is, buy it. Because at $21,000, if it comes with a short blade Geely battery, golden brick battery, it's one of the best batteries in the world, maybe the best. It's right up there in the top three. Phenomenal performance. Energy density, much higher than today's LFP, 192 watt hours per kilogram. So I think it has that battery pack. With that battery and the reduced price, this is a phenomenal car. Zeekr X actually went on sale first in China in April of last year in 2023. And apparently there's going to be some new updates to it coming very, very soon. Zeekr sold 29,000 of these vehicles from May 2023 to September 2024. So 29,000. It's not their most popular car in China. That goes to the Zeekr 001. But the new Zeekr 7X, it did get around 30,000 pre-orders within a few days. 30,000. So the Zeekr 7X is probably going to be their best-selling car going forwards, I think, most likely. The 2025 Zeekr X crossover apparently has the same exterior and interior styling, but there's been two adjustments. There's a new black body color, new 18-inch rims. So having those smaller 18-inch rims will give it more range. That's actually just logic. It does. It should increase range by approximately 10%. Now, apparently, the Zeekr X also has buttons instead of door handles. You can pay extra to get those buttons in China. Now, I tested the car in China with those buttons, and I love them. They're great. Now, for some reason, overseas variants don't get them. They only come with door handles that are like manual operated, which is totally fine, but I really like the buttons in China. They were cool. Dimensions, how big is it? It's about the same size as a BYD Atto 3. It's 4,450 millimeters long. So, you know, a size down from a Tesla Model Y, essentially. There's two different seating options. You can either get a 4-seat layout, which is 2+2, or a 5-seat layout, which is 2+3. So the new battery option, it's a 49 kilowatt hour LFP battery. It has a 200 kilowatt rear motor, so the same motor as the existing car, which is 268 horsepower. Considering it's a base model, it's still pretty fast, 5.8 seconds 0 to 100 or 0 to 62 miles an hour. And apparently CLTC range is 420 kilometers. So I suggest WLTP range with that battery pack would be around 350 kilometers. So just over 200 miles. What are the other options for batteries? Well, it still has a 66 kilowatt hour NMC battery. That's the mid-spec battery. That's what you get here in Australia and other markets like Europe as well. In that version has around about 540 kilometers of WLTP range. So it has a lot of kilometers. It's actually pretty good value for the amount of range you get out of that vehicle. So the pricing in China, there's 4 different versions. There's the new version with the smaller battery for $21,000 US. There is the mid-spec version, rear drive, rear motor, $23,000. There's the more luxurious version of the car, which costs $28,000. That comes with the NMC 66 kilowatt hour pack, and that is $28,000 US. Now you can also get the performance version of the car. That's $28,000 US as well, and the second cheapest version, which costs $23,000, that actually comes with a 66 kilowatt hour battery and that 540 kilometers of range, so really good range. In Australia, that model, I believe, costs around 56,000 Australian dollars, which is around about 40 or just under 40,000 US dollars, about the same price as a Tesla Model Y base version, and approximately just a tiny bit cheaper than an Xpeng G6 long range. So it gives you some idea on pricing, but it's interesting here to see this pricing change in China. Will this affect the price of the Zeekr X outside of China? Well, I think it will, not by 25%, but I think some markets might discount them a little bit. I don't know though. I mean, every market's going to be different. Every market would have its own individual distributors and would probably react to how much demand they have for the cars. But it does show you that, Zeekr, even with these record sales, they're still being aggressive. They're still going to go after customers. Even with record sales, they don't care. They're going to say, you know what, if we've got one model that's not selling very well, we'll reduce the price to be more competitive. So really, this company, I think you can expect Zeekr sales to continue to increase over the next 12 months for good reason. They're actually really good cars and excellent value for money.